What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. I'm Mr. Cincinnati, and as always, I am joined by the podcast dad himself. Choops, how we doing, man?
Doing well. How are you?
I cannot complain. It's Wednesday. It's a brand new day. Dinner reservation in an hour. Just getting ready to, have some good food. It is restaurant weekend in Cincinnati, so figured why not go check it out.
Didn't know that. Oh, sounds fun. Sounds a lot of fun. I will be here.
You don't have to be. I mean, all you got to do is download the app, check out everything they got going on. You can't beat a 3-course meal for $36 a person.
Well, I have 4 people.
I know that. I know that. You know what? Okay.
It's a little different.
You really take the air out of trying to do the talk show banter to,
Well, that's the whole point. We're 357,000 episodes deep into this now, so that's
31.
Par for the course.
Anyway, we do have a lot to talk about, but before we get into recapping last night's NXT, first and foremost, make sure you're following us at Junkies Pod on X for all things Wrestling Junkies Podcast. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Junkies Pod. Podcast Dad says he has downloaded a TikTok. He hasn't done shit with it yet, but it's the thought that counts.
You haven't even opened it yet.
And what was the point?
Baby steps.
No one made you do it, but like if you're gonna make a whole thing out of it,
it's just a whim. It was just a whim, but maybe I'll open it tonight. We'll see. Maybe.
Be a lot cooler if you did.
Maybe. Hey, maybe. You might have to shoot me a text to remind me, but maybe.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I got plans. Make sure you're following our friends at Main Event Wrestling Network as well. Great podcast, memes, fan art, blogs, you name it. We have got it. Make sure you're giving us all some support here. There's one thing that we love to do, and it's create pro wrestling content, and we'd love to share it with you guys. So make sure you're following us there. And, if you need some Wrestling Junkies merch, like this nifty mug, or a t-shirt or a tank top or a hoodie or a beanie. It is finally beanie season, Podcast Dad, so you can switch up the hat.
I might wear one now. Yeah.
Probably should switch up the hat. It is getting chilly out.
I wear sweatpants today. That's how you know it's starting to become fall.
Yeah. It is that sweater weather time. And while you're at it, make sure you're supporting our friends at Gorilla Press Apparel. Use promo code WJP2024 for 25% off site-wide. Anyway, Wiley, hey, good to see you, man. Looking forward to at Bad Blood. We will talk a little bit about that tonight. We will have an official Bad Blood prediction show tonight. It's going to be more of a focus on NXT and Dynamite Grand Slam, but stay tuned for our official Bad Blood preview show coming up next week. And, what else do we have here? We got a couple of events coming up tomorrow night. Marcus Mathers is presenting All I Want 3 at the H2O Wrestling Center in Williamstown, New Jersey. Again, this is an incredible card. Sam Holloway and Cruel for the IWTV Heavyweight Championship. No bread, no water, just meat.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. I saw that tweet. Good job. Good job by you.
Thank you. Your support means a lot to me.
It was a good one. I liked it.
Thank you. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not. But
no, I liked it. Damn it.
Thank you. All right, fine. And then Action Wrestling has 2 big events coming up. One of them is free Das Barbecue on Sunday. Free barbecue and good wrestling. I mean, what's not to love?
The barbecue's free too?
Yeah. Well, not the barbecue, but the free wrestling.
Oh, okay. I was like, geez, we might have to do a road trip if everything's free.
I mean, there's still time. There is still time.
There's not.
No. Well, and we've also got Talk is Cheap coming up this weekend. Coastal Empire Wrestling September event. VFW Post 660 in Savannah, Georgia. $3 Wells, $3 Miller Lights, $20 front row tickets. You can't beat that. I mean, what's not to love about
that? Nothing, actually. $20 front rows tickets is amazing. You cannot beat that deal anywhere else, as this cat won't shut up. But, $3 beers, that's... Why would you not go to that at this point?
Yeah, no, my thoughts exactly, man. I'm telling you. And then, again, we've got the Coastal Countdown coming up this week after the Empire will be releasing on our official YouTube channel tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., breaking down all of Legends of Low Country, including the fact that Hakeem Young did not win the Coastal Chaos Championship. What you going to do? And, again, Coastal Countdown, we will be talking to Tyler Shoup, who will be going up against Hunter James. This has some significant implications for the CEW Heavyweight Championship. So we're going to get Tyler's takes on the build to this match and can't wait to share that with all of you guys. But without further ado, it is time to talk a little bit of NXT. Are you ready, my friend?
Let's get right into it. Let's get right into the segment that everyone's talking about.
I mean, it's kind of hard not to. The final segment of the night, we do see Roxanne Perez come face to face with Giulia, but what everybody's talking about is Oro Mensah and Lexis King.
No, they're not. Absolutely, they're not.
Hey, Lexis King got some FaceTime on the final NXT of the USA era, okay?
And it will not be remembered for that.
Give him his flowers, all right? Give him his flowers.
I will not. No, we saw Stephanie. Is it Vaquer or Vaquer?
I think it's Vaquer. That's how I've been
saying it. Okay. Yeah, we saw that. That was. Are we getting a triple threat match, please?
I'm not mad at that. I mean, do you wait till Halloween Havoc to do that? I mean, because that's Halloween Havoc's a TV event, right?
Yeah,
not a pay-per-view or PLE.
That was a cool segment, though. That was an awesome ending to the show. Just because we knew that Stephanie was signed and we knew everything was ready to go. We just didn't know when. And then to have her pop up after that just goes, oh, okay, maybe it's not a slam dunk. Giulia wins this one. I think a lot of people thought Giulia was gonna win, but I want to see Roxanne versus Stephanie Vaquer, and I want to see Giulia versus Stephanie Vaquer, and I want to see them all three in the ring together. Then I think that'd be a lot of fun. But man, this match just keeps building and building and building, and you got CM Punk doing one segment, you got this now. I'm pumped for this match. I cannot wait to see what they do.
Yeah, let's break this down a little bit more. I mean, we did have kind of this initial face-to-face, Roxanne Perez, Giulia being accompanied by Funaki, which is a fantastic addition to this presentation of her character. Just because English is not her first language, which is okay. But brings Funaki back into the fold, and he's always been somebody that WWE can rely on when you need something entertaining, and this is exactly what it was, and it only makes sense that she has a representative, just because we see that a lot when it comes to Japanese talents coming to the States, and not necessarily a handler of sorts, but I don't know, there's got to be another synonym out there. I don't have my source. Yes, there we go. Advocate. Duh.
Yeah. I don't know if it's Paul Heyman all the way, but yeah,
he will always be wise man now. Wise man has eclipsed Advocate.
He is the wise man now. Yes.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's extremely fair. Yes.
Yeah.
Look, the presentation is great. Everything about Giulia so far has been, perfect. This match, though, I cannot wait. I cannot freaking wait. The line that Roxanne put out there, like, "Hey, you're the reason, or I'm the reason you came to WWE." Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
She is just rounded out in such a perfect character and such a perfect wrestler at this point that, dude, she's going to take over the main roster, and I cannot wait.
It's very reminiscent of that kind of that switch flip that we saw with Sasha Banks a very long time ago. She was kind of finding her footing, had this kind of shaky alliance with the very young Becky Lynch at the time too, but then just for whatever reason, something just kind of clicked, and she had a very full understanding of her character. That's what we're seeing with Roxanne here, and it's very exciting to see what she's going to have coming up over the next few months. I think that we were both contemplating a main roster call up before the year is out. You still think that's the case now that Stephanie Vaquer is in the fold here and she's setting her sights on the NXT Women's Championship?
No, but I could still see a Rumble appearance, and that kind of be the debut for Roxanne.
I like it.
But no, I think I kind of think, and we'll save it, but I kind of think Roxanne walks out with the title.
I mean, this triple threat scenario does change things significantly. I think that we're so preconditioned to a new name that is taken, a new popular name that everybody's excited about goes on this undefeated tear. It doesn't hurt Giulia if she loses to Roxanne Perez. It really doesn't.
We also have the I can't remember her name at the moment. It escapes me, but the Australian that's coming in too. Like they have so much talent coming in that you could easily extend this title run out and have these three hold the fort down until the next one comes, and then you got a 4-way, and there's going to be a way to get Roxanne, that title, off of Roxanne without essentially pinning her.
So I was thinking about Delta coming in. As much as we want to see all these challenges for Roxanne, Kalani needs a foe. She needs somebody that's like, oh shit, I don't know if I can beat them. Like that's the one thing that I think her title run is missing right now. As great as she is she's a hell of a wrestler. She's taking on these challenges. I mean, what was that? Brindley Reese who slapped her in the face last week, or no, Ren Sinclair, and that's how we got this match this week. That's all well and good, but Kalani needs to start feeling some of this pressure too. We're seeing Roxanne get a little bit. I mean, that confidence. There's a lot of nerves and insecurity underneath that confidence that they're trying to project. We kind of need to start to see the same thing from Kalani Jordan.
Yeah, and I could see if you want to debut Delta like that would be fine. That's kind of the reason you've introduced the mid-card championship is to have stuff like that. So yeah, I mean that's not a terrible idea. I can't say that's not what I want to see because that'd be a huge debut. And she, like you said, she does need a challenger. There's not many challengers right now unless you take somebody from the main roster and bring them down. But do you want to do that for a mid-card title? I don't know.
I mean, it depends on the name.
Piper Niven.
Oh, I like that a lot. I like that. Oh, even Chelsea, honestly, would be fun for a temporary. Just kind of go back to. I mean, we've seen them kind of waffle with.
And she just did NXT a couple weeks ago with Giulia.
Everybody would buy Chelsea Green going for the Women's North American Championship. It's what. So it's just me.
Or could you do a TNA wrestler? Like they still have that relationship. Is there a TNA wrestler that you could see? Like, I don't know.
Tasha Steelz. I really want to see Tasha Steelz in NXT. That's just me.
I mean, her contract's like she didn't renew her contract, so
no, she did not.
And that's another name that's out there.
Yeah.
Or is there somebody in AEW coming up soon that we're not thinking about? I don't know.
Not that immediately comes to mind, but
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, have a discussion about it. Any final thoughts on that main segment?
I just thought it was great, except for Byron Saxton. But I thought it was.
Leave that man alone.
I will not. I will never leave him alone.
Okay.
But no, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and that was a hell of a way to introduce Stephanie Vaquer.
Yeah. You know what? And looking back at this episode as a whole, there's another segment that was a very close second. Excuse me. As far as what was really cool. I mean, Wesley Zachary you get to say fuck 5 times on USA.
Yeah.
Like it just like they just went after it.
Yeah, it's a personal feud, and they're making it that way, and that's the way it should be booked right now. And let them do whatever the hell they want. It's perfect. This is what this feud needs to be because they have so much history, and I have thoroughly enjoyed this as well. Is he still the X Division champion? Correct?
I believe so. Let me double check.
So, that theory still goes out there that hey, maybe Wesley tells him to put that on the line, and maybe that gets Wesley the X Division title. I don't know, but
yeah, because that is. So he is not. Speedball is the current champion.
Got it. So
yeah,
all right, never mind. But still, this is a blood feud, and it needs promos like this where it feels personal because, quite frankly, it is personal.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's safe to get the win here. Yeah, I mean, evens the series, and we'll get one more maybe at Halloween Havoc.
I would assume so.
Yeah, because I mean, at this point, even with Street Fight next week, I mean, Wesley invoked the name of Gigi Dolan, so that's automatically that means that this is far from over. I think.
Oh no, this could end in some kind of unsanctioned, lights out, Hell in a Cell ish match, fight pit, something like that. We're gonna get some kind of crazy gimmick for this final encounter.
Yeah, like what was the one with these? It's just called a fight pit, right? That's just what they used to call it. Yeah. I'd love that. I mean, this is again, this is up there with Gargano Ciampa, Cole O'Reilly, like these very, very personal feuds, and that's one thing that NXT has just done very, very well is crafting these types of stories.
Agreed. Sorry, Leaf Blower's out again. He's been out 4 times today.
I do actually hear it this time, but it's all good. Who cares? It's okay.
You want to talk about Grand Slam for a little bit?
Yeah. You got the card up by chance?
Of course I do. Of course I do. This is basically a damn near pay-per-view. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm going to just throw out everything because I don't know what's on Collision and what's on Dynamite. But
yeah, Brian and Nigel, we know we get.
We're just going to talk about all of it right now. The Beast Mortis versus Hologram versus Dralistico in a three-way Lucha Libre match. I mean, that's going to be a banger.
Hologram?
Huh?
I still want to know who's under the mask. That's just.
Do you think it's going to be some kind of reveal?
Nah.
I just think it's like a video game, like kind of like Suicide was when TNA had their video game come out. I just think it's a random luchador. Jamie Hayter versus Saraya in a Saraya rules match.
I don't know what those rules are, but
Jeff Jarrett and Hangman Page in a lumberjack strap match, which
Double J's really gonna wish he had Big Ben Bishop with him. Just gonna throw that out there.
Lumberjack strap match.
Yeah, it's exactly how it sounds. You're attached to a strap, but when you get thrown out of the ring, you get thrown back in. Chaos ensues. You're just tethered to your opponent.
That's interesting. An AEW Continental Championship Eliminator. Okada will take on Sammy Guevara.
So he's tag team champion, right? Not pure. Oh yeah, it's Lee Moriarty that is pure champion.
I think he's the tag champion with Dustin Rhodes.
Yes, that is correct. All right. Yeah, that's cool. I don't think he wins.
No, I don't think so either. But could be a fun clash of styles.
Gets him back on TV.
Oh man, the Learning Tree. I'm kind of done with that. Takes on what? Conglomeration.
I'm sorry. What did you just say?
The Jericho Vortex is starting to wear thin. It is a Tornado Trios match. So, look, that'll be a fun match. You got Kyle O'Reilly, you got Orange Cassidy, you got Mark Briscoe. It's going to be a fun match.
Yeah.
Jack Perry, TNT Open Challenge. Who's answering that? I'm trying to think who's from New York besides MJF.
Garcia.
Yeah, Daniel Garcia could do it. So we have not seen him since.
Yeah, it's the only one that really comes to mind. We know MJF hasn't come back for a while.
And he won't come back for the TNT.
Yeah.
Prince Nana will announce an update on Swerve Strickland. Hook will defend his FTW champion against Roderick Strong.
That one actually, I'm actually looking forward to that one. I know that
Roddy's going to throw him around.
Yeah, I know that Undisputed Kingdom. We didn't necessarily get the end to that story that we would have liked. But I do appreciate that Roderick Strong is getting the TV time that he's getting because in an alternate universe, he ain't getting this on WWE TV.
Nope. And I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to see him on TV.
Yeah.
AEW World Tag Team Champions. Young Bucks take on Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher.
Bucks, I think, win this match still, but something happens to where Ospreay is no longer affiliated with the Don Callis family. I think that alliance ends tonight.
Yeah, Kyle Fletcher is going to turn on him. That's what's going to happen.
It'll be a fun match for Wrestle Kingdom.
Yes, it will be. I think
for the International Championship and another match to add to the Ospreay Award.
Should and will turn on him. Mariah May takes on. I'm gonna butcher this name. Is it Yuka
Sakazaki?
Sakazaki? Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I think Mariah May is going to win this match.
Yeah, I do want to see them take this story with Mina Shirakawa to the next level. See kind of.
Apparently she's signed, so.
All the more reason to see kind of where this relationship's going to go. I mean, we've already seen Mariah turn on Tony. I don't think it's much longer before she turns on Mina, too.
Mm-hmm. No, and they've kind of been teasing the interaction, so. I know she's been very vocal on social media about it. Moxley takes on Darby Allin. Darby's AEW World Title shot is on the line.
Mox wins that one.
I was going to say, I think we both think Moxley's going to win that because that seems to be what they're leading up to anyway. And then Bryan Danielson will take on Nigel McGuinness if cleared to wrestle.
So Bryan Danielson is cleared to wrestle and will wrestle Nigel McGuinness tonight.
He better.
I mean, this is
They can't do that.
This is not one that you can bait and switch. And I get cards subject to change, and I know that has been used as a creative ploy for ages. But yeah, this is 20 plus years in the making. So yeah, we need this match.
I wouldn't bait and switch this. If that's the plan, there are going to be a lot of upset people tonight. So hopefully they don't do that.
Yeah. No, it's I feel confident that we're going to get this match for sure.
Okay. All right. That was our AEW Dynamite Grand Slam preview. It should be a lot of fun. They've really stacked the cards, and I think they need a big one here because they usually do very, very well here. But I haven't seen recently what the ticket sales have been. But I know as of 2 weeks ago, it was not great. So hopefully they have ramped those sales up a little bit. And Danielson and McGuinness, I mean, if that doesn't sell it, I'm not sure at this point what will.
Yeah, especially given the fan base that AEW caters to, that have a much more nuanced knowledge of the independent scene. I mean, come on, this is one of those matches you just didn't think that you would get again, as we sit here in 2024. So if you have the opportunity to capitalize on it, I don't see why you don't. Especially when Danielson is closer to the end of his career than the beginning, and they're kind of setting that table for the curtain call. I think why not? This is the time to do it.
I would agree. I think you throw it out there and give them a half hour, 45 minutes, go do what they do.
Yeah. Before we wrap up tonight, and this is a bit of a shorter or more compact episode, but Mr. McMahon has been released on Netflix. All 6 episodes are out starting today. I think I have about a half hour left on episode 6. You've gotten to watch any of it today?
Yes, I have about 25 minutes on episode 3 left. So I am not as far as you are, but it's been an interesting documentary for sure. I'm excited to see that 6th episode. One where he doesn't, come back for the interviews. It'll be interesting. I'm kind of right now. This is a lot of stuff that we already know. It is interesting to see him kind of candidly talking about some of these things that we haven't seen in this medium for Vince McMahon before. But that 6th episode, I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, and that's and this is something that Mr. OTM pointed out in our group chat today, and your former son, I guess he's a full-time part-timer now, full-time part-time son. Yes, I get, the first 3 episodes of this, yes, a lot of this is common knowledge. I mean, if you're a wrestling fan, these are, all scandals and things that you've heard about. Episode 4 and 5, that's when the switch starts to turn. And, without giving anything really away, first time in 25 years that he's talked about Owen Hart. First time in 17 years that he's talked about Chris Benoit. Episode 5 is a very in-depth look at the McMahon family and their involvement in the business and some of the creative decisions that we have seen and that we haven't seen, and kind of their reactions to these sorts of things. I do not want to give away anything about that final episode, but that first scene, knowing what we know now and assuming that it was recorded before all this blew up, holy shit.
Yeah,
that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, the one I found interesting too, and it may have been episode 3, may have been episode 2, was when he's talking about Ted Turner attacking him, and the guy behind the camera asked him, "Hey, isn't that kind of what you did to the territories?" And he goes, "No," and then kind of went through this whole thing and justified it in his mind that it wasn't the exact same thing that he was doing. And you kind of saw that, I don't want to say disillusion, but kind of like
he baby faces himself.
Yeah. And it was like, no, I didn't. Of course I didn't do that. I was looking out for myself. I wasn't trying to kill anybody. It was like, no, you kind of were.
There is a story that Paul Heyman tells in episode 5 that, again, hindsight being 2020, looking at Shane leaving the company in 2009, and this story that Paul Heyman tells about something he witnessed as far as a disagreement between Vince and Shane, my God, you cannot make this shit up. How like it? I mean, it's a very complicated, complex family dynamic, but this, and you'll know it when you hear it. Never would have thought that I would hear something like that, but I mean, it's a must watch. It definitely is. I mean, this is the closest thing that we're never going to get a Vince McMahon autobiography book of any kind. We're never going to get that. This is the one project that doesn't have necessarily that WWE quote unquote spin on it, as far as, you know, being produced by an outside company, and hats off to Bill Simmons and everybody that was involved in it, because it was very well done. You know, this is the closest that we're going to get to this look at one of the most polarizing and complicated characters and personalities in the history of this business. And it's worth a watch. And I mean, again, those first few episodes, there's a lot of things that we know, but it's not often that you get Vince on the record for things like that. And again, you know, this is being looked at in the context of a lot of the show was shot before 2022, so that is to be kept in mind. But just a very, very, very well done. Whoever is responsible for the editing made Tony Atlas just the funniest motherfucker.
Tony Atlas.
Like, there was just how they edited these scenes together. It just, yeah, it was very entertaining.
Like I said in the group chat, a cutoff with a tie was a choice.
Big facts. Yeah. I mean, our fact checker is texting me right now because he's also on the family episode. It's nuts, man. I'm telling you. But yeah, no, definitely worth a watch. What else was I gonna say? I think that might have been it. Yeah, I think
that's it.
Got a few hours to burn. I mean, that's what I would watch. Any final thoughts today, my friend?
Hey, let's have some fun in wrestling. Go out and buy our merch. Use our WWE affiliate if you need more stuff. Have fun at dinner, buddy.
I will. Thank you very much. Remember, After the Empire, the official post show recapping Legends of Low Country, will be hitting our YouTube channel tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Coastal Countdown, our official pre-show for Talk is Cheap, including my one-on-one conversation with Tyler Shoup ahead of his match with Hunter James, will also be in that episode airing this Friday as well. Can't wait for you guys to check that out. Make sure you're following us at Junkies Pod. And Shoups, I don't know if I asked you, but what's that magic number?
It's just one. Just one. I tell one person. If you like what we're doing here, just tell one person, and maybe they tell one person, and we can all grow together. It's exciting times here at the Junkies Pod.
Definitely. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be recapping Dynamite Grand Slam, maybe a little look ahead to SmackDown. But as always, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. Be kind, enjoy wrestling, have fun, and that's going to do it for us for the podcast. Adam, Mr. Cincinnati, it's been the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.